I got to start, when I refer you guys, I got to start saying that's the award-winning multi-ultra to you, because you guys are now an award-winning band. Congrats. I'm not going to say what you guys won on my radio show. We can say it on here, of course, but congrats. I mean, Music City Mayhem's no joke. How'd that feel?
Dude, it was really, it was, I don't want to say unbelievable because, we had a lot of, everybody worked really hard and we had a lot of support that, helped us. We couldn't have done it without, our friends and family and stuff. But it felt really validating to be able to, yeah, just like all that work kind of pay off and like kind of be able to tell people like, hey, like this is what we've been doing, you're not just been joking around, you know.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. And I feel like it's such a respectable thing to win. Like you never know with things like that. Anytime it comes to voting, it can go one of two ways. But there's something about that. When I first moved here, I believe it was 2010 or 11, and Moon Taxi was one of the big competitors in that did really well.
They were in those previous.
Yeah, and so there's been like a lot of bands who've come through there, and it's been a pretty, it's a pretty prestigious award to win in Music City. So I thought I was pumped when I saw you guys won. I woke up, it was the first thing I saw the next morning when I got up and I was on Instagram. I was like, hell yeah, they did it. So that's rad.
Thank you so much, man. We're feeling the love, and like Derek said, it was because of our friends and just people we've met that want to support us through all the years, and it really came full circle. So it's definitely like pouring some gasoline on the fire, like we're gonna enjoy the prizes, and it just stokes us up to create. It's really motivating. Like it makes us want to work harder. You know what I mean? It feels like a blessing. You know what I mean? Like we had to for it. Everybody else grinded too. Everybody else's music is cool. Just because you win a Grammy doesn't mean like your album's better than somebody, but it is a recognition, and we're very thankful.
Absolutely. And I think you're right too. It's like the prizes are cool, but to me, anything like that, you're right. It's the validation, and the validation alone is almost an encouragement that makes you just want to keep pushing. So I think that's awesome. I love that. And it's almost like in this town, there's definitely an order of cool customs you have to go through as a band. Obviously being on the local buzz is the biggest one, and you guys already achieved that, but that's you guys, things like that. And I saw you play Musician's Corner now. Obviously there's Live on the Green and stuff. There's just this different tiers. And to watch you guys climb, that's been cool. How long has Multi Ultra been a band? I know you guys have played together under a different name and everything, but how long has it been Multi Ultra at this point?
Since about 2021, we, like it was still lockdown, and we were jamming here at the headquarters, Big Red, at their house, and it just kind of kept taking new form and kind of turning into, we kind of saw where our visions aligned and where our talents aligned, and that's rock and roll has always been our North Star. So we've always kind of pushed. I think it's naturally kind of fallen in that direction. And so we Christian, who is feeling under the weather tonight, but he's a huge part of the band, joined us last year. And once we found, we were already playing together, but once we found Christian, it really, like, we were able to hit the ground running. We've got all four wheels, so we can finally get on the road.
Really locked in, but about 2 years.
Yeah. Okay. So still relatively a newer band. I love that. To watch it happen in 2 years is awesome. That's incredible. And you guys are definitely, Multi Ultra's a live band. Like you guys are one of those bands where like you constantly play shows and you juggle really well, where you'll do some shows where you guys will play covers and originals too. How do you guys juggle both those worlds? Is that a weird world? Because like I've never really had a lot of bands on the show that can kind of do both. How's that feel?
Honestly, dude, it's kind of a blessing that we can do both. It doesn't make it, I feel like, any harder. It actually makes our lives easier to be able to do both, because we get so many extra hours playing together, on Broadway, where a lot of other bands in town, they only meet to play shows, or sometimes it's, hired guns that are playing with these artists. So for us, we get to play 8 hours a week together, unhinged, and do whatever we want and build that cohesiveness and that camaraderie and all the things that you need to be able to translate from a cover setting to an original setting. So I feel like it gives us a lot of extra practice that a lot of people don't get.
Absolutely. It's like you guys are on tour all the time. I think that's what's great about it. And you guys
it's like reverse touring though, because like the crowd comes to us as opposed to us going to the crowd.
All the cities gravitate. Yes.
That's a really good point too. Of all the places to do it, it'd be here because yeah, you're right. It's a whole different crowd every single night. That's awesome. I love that. Do you guys ever sneak? So do you sneak in originals sometimes and no one knows, or how does that work exactly?
Yeah, we sneak in originals. At least, we've gotten better about it. I think like there's always an element of wanting to keep people, and when we first started playing Broadway, we didn't really, we just wanted to do our job and fulfill the job, but I think as we've gotten more comfortable there and the staff has gotten more comfortable seeing us and, we have got more comfortable to play our originals, and it's given us a good opportunity to like share what we're working on and kind of, develop new ideas, and as well as like, just like play, sometimes we'll get lucky and somebody will show up and be like, hey, can you play like yes or no, or
it gets requested.
Yeah, which is kind of cool to see.
Sometimes.
Now we're at the point, just real quick, now we're at the point where it is kind of cool where people will come back and they'll be like, hey, we saw you a year ago, and like you guys have just gotten so much better, like, so that's good to hear.
Awesome. I feel like you could probably mess with those fans too. You can mess with drunk people and be like, this is Taylor Swift's biggest song. If you don't know it, you're not a real fan. And then play your songs. And everybody just freak out because they don't want to look like they don't know the song.
Right. Like, hottest new, like Max Martin, right? Or Mark Ross, or like somebody.
You guys don't know it. You're lame, right. Taylor Swift, how was Broadway last weekend? I imagine that was absolutely insane. Were you guys playing last weekend?
Yeah, we
did.
A lot of glitter.
How was that?
Yeah, no, it was cool, man. It was packed. I think.
Yeah, I imagine.
I watched a little bit of it. Just from what I saw from my friends' Instagrams and stuff like that.
Oh.
But dude, it was packed all weekend, and it was a double header because like Janet Jackson was playing Bridgestone and Taylor Swift was playing Nissan, so you'd kind of get the mix of both fans.
You guys are right in the middle.
Yeah, totally.
And we even had to learn, like, it was fun to do this, sometimes we'll learn extra songs because we know that we're going to get Taylor Swift requests, right? And we don't want to play the same song over and over. So we threw out like 3 or 4 extras that like we may not return to, but we're always sort of adapting to do our job better, and it just keeps us sharp.
I don't know if this is already, I don't know if this has been said yet, but it reminded me that like, the reason those songs do get requested and is because there's some element that is really good about them, whatever the song is. And so it helps with the songwriting as well, like to see what works and what people respond to. And it's not necessarily like chasing the trends, but as we like to joke, like it's about noticing the trends and using those as in your toolbox. It's like kind of using those as your colors to paint with.
Yeah. Kind of gives you guys a peek behind the curtain kind of thing. I like that.
Yeah.
Right on. I love that. Well, you guys got a brand new single. It just came out on Friday. It's called It's Not Summer Without You. Tell me something about this tune. I love the title.
Thanks, dude. It's so it was a concept that was kind of about losing my dog in 2022, but I think like we made it something completely different together, and everybody has had their fingerprints on it, and it's definitely something that we have created as a band, but I think everybody who hears it can relate to the message in a way, because it's one of those things that everybody has been in a situation where something reminds you of a person or a place, or like it's like you just like it's this beautiful thing, but something's missing, and it's like I think everybody can relate to that in some way.
Oh, absolutely, man. I love that. Right on. Well, Multi Ultra's here. We got to play the 5 random question game since you guys are here. If you're down to play, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. 5 random questions with Multi Ultra, the award-winning Multi Ultra to you on the local buzz.
Nice. Good
Question number 1. It's not summer without you, but it's also not summer without ... What else really makes summer for you guys?
Sunburn.
Okay.
Those classic freeze pops, the generic one.
Yeah.
Freeze pop.
I love that.
Lake days for me.
Yeah.
Okay. Right on. Question number 2, Multi Ultra on the local buzz. So the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame just announced their nominees that are getting in this year. everybody's outraged like they always are. But I wanted to ask you guys, what is one band that you would love to see in the Rock Hall, but you know you never will? Like a band you think deserves to be in there, but politically it just won't happen. The example I always use is Soul Asylum for me. I love that band. They influenced Nirvana, tons of bands, but they were just a little too mainstream to where they don't really get the credit they deserve. So they'll never get in there. So what's a band you guys feel should be in there but won't get in there?
This is a gnarly question. It's great question though. I would almost have to look at the list. I don't want to cop out, but I almost would have to look at the list to see who isn't there already. But I will make a quick comment that some people weren't happy about Rum DMC a couple years ago, but I think they are absolutely rock and roll. It's an attitude and it's a vibe.
100%.
And the way that they meshed a lot of specific rock, like with hip hop, that was an obvious choice for me. But man, I don't know. I'd have to look at the list. I don't want to cop out, but
fair enough.
There's probably a few greats that have been forgotten. Who knows?
I'm sure.
Oh yeah,
Prince is in there, man. Right?
oh yeah, he's in there. Oh yeah.
Like, is Robert Johnson in there? He's got to be.
I don't know.
Just That's the Blues. Like some old blues artist. Give it to some old blues artists. Like
yeah, totally. And the ones you think would be in there usually aren't. That's what's so weird about it. Like the ones you would think that are in there or deserve to be in there. And it always seems like it always correlates around. The reason I think it's so political is it's always around some sort of anniversary. Like Nirvana got in exactly like 20 years to Nevermind, and just sometimes it just kind of feels like they would obviously have been in there, but it's always weird that it's like around some sort of like special day. You know what I mean? It should just be whatever. But like Iron Maiden's not in there. There's a lot of bands. New Order didn't make the cut.
That would be my choice. If Iron Maiden's not in there, man, they definitely deserve to be in there.
Well, and apparently, like the head of it said, they will be someday. It's like, what's the holdup then? It's kind of weird.
Right.
So weird to say. We're going to vote him in eventually.
Is Dave Matthews in there?
Who?
Is Dave Matthews in there?
I don't think. Actually, he was nominated. But I don't think he made it quite yet because
that's my pick. Then finally, I found one.
Okay,
Dave Matthews all the way, baby. Hope to see it.
He just hit the 25. It has to be 25 years, I think, since your first major label release. So he just made the cut. There you go. Well, Dave Matthews, that's the one.
Yeah,
I like that.
That's it.
Question number 3 of Multi Ultra on the local buzz. What is one famous song you wish you wrote? Like one famous song you wish you could claim?
One right now. Okay.
Jungle Land.
Nolan's stressing. I love it.
Jungle Land, Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That. Good answer.
It's got to be some Beatles song.
Sure.
Martha, My Dear, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Good answer. Yeah. What about you?
I might have to do like something really epic, like by Elton John or Queen. Like maybe Somebody to Love. I love the way like the message comes into it. It's so beautiful. Or like Under Pressure or something sick like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll wake up tomorrow and pick a different song.
Can we call you back
answers.
when we're in the shower and like
I will be later.
Just send me a voice note and I'll edit it in. It'd be perfect.
It should have been this one.
On the local buzz, question number 4. So you guys have achieved a lot of Nashville. We're talking about the cool customs like the Nashville moments and the tiers, from Music City Mayhem and Musicians Corner, conquering the Broadway scene. What is one Nashville dream you'd like to still see come true?
Ooh, man, let's just say it, dude. Nissan Stadium, baby.
Oh, there you go.
That's reaching big, of course, but right.
As you should.
Yeah, I was gonna say the ramen too. Yeah, I mean, even the Grand Ole Opry. You can still be. They have rock artists play Grand Ole Opry, but all of those.
For me, it would probably a bit smaller scale, but we're thinking, short-term goals, medium-term goals. Sell out.
Yeah, I like that.
Totally.
Basement East.
I think we could all probably say we would like to play each venue in town at least once.
Yeah. Have you guys not played the Basement East yet? That's surprising.
Not yet.
It's on the list, man. It's on the list.
Soon enough. Mike Grimes, if you're listening, book these boys. Question 5, the final question of Multi Ultra on the local bus. So 1 year from today, May 14th, 2024, where is Multi Ultra?
Ooh.
Exactly a year from now.
1 year from today.
Exactly a year from now, we are just preparing to go on stage. We're you know, somewhere out in America. I don't know.
I would say
Doing a little huddle, playing some ping pong backstage.
right, sipping our coffee.
Yeah.
And I would say falling in love with music again and again every day.
I love that.
The farther
Right
you get in your
on.
journey, you lose your way or like forget what it's about, and just you want to keep that playfulness and you want it to be fun at the end of the day. It is a lot of work, but you want to keep falling in love with it. So that's a year from now. That's what we can't lose.
For me, I mean, I guess it would be for us, but it's all, you know, I don't see it being too different than it is now, except for there's different tiers that you climb up, as you referenced earlier. And I see us doing the same things that we're doing, writing more songs, you know, trying to better our music, better ourselves, possibly on a tier higher than we're doing currently.
I love that. On a higher tier, and I'm like trying to call you and you won't return my calls. You're too famous. I'm like, Nolan, come on my show. Remember me? I'm Andy. I love it.
No, dude, we'll always answer you, man. You've helped us out so much, and we really do appreciate you.
And I appreciate you guys, man. It's good to see y'all growing and doing cool stuff. And I'm always proud. I never feel old until I see younger bands doing cool stuff. And I have this weird fatherly pride thing overcomes me. And then it only lasts for a second, but I'm like, oh man, I feel it. I totally feel it.
Dude, this is our maybe third time on the show at least now. And so
yeah,
you've seen the journey and you've been there with us, and we just really appreciate, you know, you having us back and everything you've done for us and helped us. I know you've been spinning the songs since we've been releasing them too. So
oh yeah,
it's huge.
Yeah, you've helped us get here and beyond, man. We'll always be grateful for you. So
well, I appreciate that, boys, very much. And don't ever change your number. If you do, just give it to me and I will call you and you can return my calls. I love that.
Oh, absolutely.
Right on. Well, boys, thanks for hanging. Go check out the brand new single Now It's Not Summer Without You, Multi Ultra. I know you guys got a show to get to. Thank you for hanging out tonight, and I'll see you guys soon.
Thanks so much.